Hi everybody, this is Dan Stolebarger. Welcome to this week's KFIR Middle East Update. It's the week of November 30th. And right from the get-go, let me encourage you to go to our website at holygroundexplorations.com in order to access the PDF PowerPoint that accompanies this YouTube video. So, what's happening this week? Let's take a look first at our news bites. Interesting that Hamas has a new tactic now, right? When you would think, can it get any worse than this? Hamas is now exploiting sick Palestinians for terror. In a new tactic, Hamas leaders in Gaza take advantage of an Israeli gesture of allowing Palestinians into Israel for medical treatment to stage attacks in Israel. This according to Shin Bet. Benjamin Netanyahu made the comment this week with the Prime Minister of Chad visiting Israel. He said, "The world backs us when we're strong." Israel's enjoying an unprecedented diplomatic flourishing, including the Arab and Muslim world. Just a note here, one of course, my concerns when it comes to the end time scenario is that the Ezekiel 38-39 scenario where there's an invasion into Israel, they're coming to take spoil. Israel's not down and out. They're coming because of the strength and the resources of Israel. So when I read things like this, it's like a danger, a bell ringing in the background. Donald Trump indicated in an interview on Wednesday that although he could remove troops from the Middle East, because of our concern for Israel's security, we're going to stay in that part of the world. That's what he told the Washington Post. And then news on the ultimate deal watch that we've been keeping our eye out for. It looks as if the U.S. could begin to unveil this so-called ultimate deal at the start of 2019. Now, this has been a moving target for quite some time, so we'll just have to wait and see. Again, let me encourage you to get the PowerPoint because I'm only able to kind of fly through all of this, and there's much more information on the PowerPoint. CBS News, there was a report from CBS, and the report basically said that Palestinian terror groups in Gaza launched hundreds of rockets in fact, there was 541, and the news report indicated that they were launched at the Israeli military. But in truth, the rockets were launched at what? Civilians. Fortunately, a watchdog group called the Committee for Accuracy in the Middle East Reporting in America, CAMRA, caught it, and they forced CBS to make a correction. But one can only wonder why CBS News chose to air the report on the attacks in this manner when the facts were staring them right in the face. The IDF is preparing. It's holding a major drill to practice fighting a two-front war. Hamas and Hezbollah simultaneously. There's an ongoing 10-day exercise by the Commando Brigade tackling both of these fronts. You know, the IDF does not see Hamas as a serious military threat, but the Iranian-backed Lebanese, or Hezbollah, again, we've talked about this countless times, is considered a major threat to Israel with over 100,000 rockets and missiles in their arsenal. The Gaza Problem. I'm going to let you read that on your own. Reports from Naftali Bennett and also for the head of the Foreign Affairs and Defensive Committee, Avi Deichner. Bottom line here is that the Gaza problem is not going to go away. There is not a way to negotiate this. It's just simply not going to go away. When Hamas and the Islamic Jihad can decide when they want to provoke another round of violence, there will be no possible way to diplomatically deal with this issue. It's not a land issue. It's not an energy issue. It's not a gas issue. It is the existence of Israel issue. Interesting that the Czechs have come out and said that they're planning on moving their embassy to Jerusalem. Czech President Milos Zeman addressed the Knesset on Monday and basically said, I'm your best friend. The Czech Republic is your best friend in Europe. So we'll wait and see about that moving of the embassy. And then Nikki Haley has one last farewell in a UN first, along with the ambassador from Israel, Danny Danon. They are putting together a resolution that will condemn all of Hamas terror activities. Did I mention this is a first? Of which there's a very long list, including rocket attacks, fire kites, balloons, and turning civilian resources, giving civilian resources as use for terrorists, incitement to violence and terror tunnels. This proposal is due to be voted on this weekend or the start of next week. It will demand that Hamas cease all terror, including its riots on the border, launching of kites, etc. So we'll wait and see if this actually passes. And again, it's been billed as Nikki's farewell. There is a poll that CNN has put out on anti-Semitism. Let me just read a couple of the bullet points here. More than a quarter of Europeans polled believe that the Jews have too much influence in business and finance. Nearly 1 in 4 said that Jews have too much influence in conflicts and wars across the world. A third of the Europeans in the poll said they knew just very little or nothing at all about the Holocaust. And then finally, 54% poll says that Israel has no right to exist as a Jewish state. That's the world in which we're living. Unity government, again, Fatah and Hamas. You can read this article on your own. They're proposing, Hamas is basically proposing that Fatah, or the Palestinian Authority, come and take over the Gaza. But then if they do that, then they would call for unity elections in 6 months. That's probably the deal killer, because Fatah does not want Hamas winning that election. That would just mean Hamas takes over the West Bank. But we'll wait and see about that. There was a discovery in a place that we've sifted before through, it's the Temple Mount sifting project, and there was, we've been to this place, you can see the pictures here. There was a first Temple Becca stone that was discovered. Now, these Becca stones are weights, and so what would happen when there were no coins in the first temple, when the Jews would be coming to the temple for their half shekel tax, they would have to weigh out the weight of the silver, and that was what the Becca stone was about. Our friend Eli Shukron, this is his article in which he's got some fascinating information, so take a look at that. And then finally, some quotes for you, both from Isaac Herzog, one of the politicians in Israel, one of the MKs, both him as well as Benjamin Netanyahu, concerning the rise of anti-Semitism. And then we have a photo of the week for you to take a look at. So that's our report for this week. God bless you. And as you know, or maybe you don't, Hanukkah begins on December 2nd. So let me be one of the first to wish you a happy Hanukkah. Shalom and God bless.